It's all love in the Funk family, y'all. I mean, we just keep on loving each other, you know?
Keep rolling, man.
These guys are so cool. Just so much fun to hang out with and so much fun to come out and see. So if you're around when, you know, he's doing his Naked Funk project, please go and support him.
Oh, I forgot.
Because you're going to have a funky good time.
Let me say one more thing, because this could be a good segue. Also, I'm involved with a great band called Secret Army, which is headed up by our keyboard player right now, Mr. Danny Bedrosian. You know, so if Danny, you want to come over here and do your thing. But yeah, thank you for so much, man. You know,
Love you, man.
I love you so much, man. And keep on doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you.
Keep on doing what you're doing.
All right. Dan, come on down.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you. Tell us about the Secret Army. I know you're out all the time whenever you're not touring. You got something going on.
Got something going on all the time. Secret Army, my group. We got the new CD, Bam, Lost Froth. Me and Lige and Rico and all of us been playing in P-Funk for a while. And when we get a minute, we try to go out and do things with some other original music and just keep playing and keep practicing and keeping it up. And this is like the 6th thing we've done, I think. So playing around as much as possible and keeping the groove going.
I've noticed that you've been very, very productive. I mean, we happen to be linked on Facebook, and it seems like you're always coming out with another recording. How do you keep that going like that?
I don't know. Just try to keep busy. Just try to keep. I think as musicians, we're always going. Whether there's music playing or no music playing, there's always music playing. You know what I mean? And I think whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, we tend to, go through the trauma of that. And I think that with that, there's a lot of creation. There can be a lot of creation, destruction. And I think with all that, even for as much as we release, there's still 2/3 that we don't. You know what I mean? If not more. So even though I am trying to keep as productive as possible, there's always stuff that the audience doesn't get to hear either, which, and with P-Funk, it couldn't be more true. You know what I mean? There's just so much in the vault, so to speak. So that's just me. That's just testament to us always working. And it's the same way it used to be with quality control, Is this a good enough record? Is this good enough? And you're just constantly going back to the drawing board, the order and the quality of the mix or the whatever, and it's just constant perfection, trying to make it perfect. You never get there, but it's the working towards it that's the fun part. So
how do you know when you're close enough for you? I mean, is there a signal that you get that says, I can't go any further with this right now. Right. I might as well, I'm going to stop right now. Right. You may go back to it later, but stop right now, and this is what I'm going to put out.
Yeah, I got a buddy, Peter Keys. He's a keyboard player. He plays with Leonard Skinner. And he always talks about our problem as keyboard players collectively is we never know when to go, it's done. We're just constantly, oh no, I can add this. And I think that that's a people problem too. But I think among keyboards it's a stereotypical thing that happens. And I think that you just have to teach yourself. And I think with each recording, there is a varied production limit. I think that if you're thinking in a certain organic way, the limit might stop earlier. I think if there is, it's supposed to be overproduced, or if there is a lot to the production, it may last longer, But yeah, it is hard to gauge that one. That's a tough one, absolutely.
So how long have you been touring with P-Funk and doing your funk things?
Okay, it's been 10 years now that I've been in the band. It's my first decade, so proud of that. I've been playing professionally for a really long time. My parents are both concert pianists, and they run a piano school, and I lived in the piano school. So me and my sisters had to start at age 3, 6 hours a day, classical training, writing pieces at a very young age, doing the recitals several times a year, the harsh competitions, the classical competitions, and being in the school and the son of the teachers. You get a lot of flack from the other students, like, oh, they're playing favorites with him. So then my father would give me something 10 times too hard for me to play, and then competing and dealing with all of that. It was a very good formative period for me because I was able to hone my craft, even if I don't know it when I'm little. You know what I mean? You're a little kid, you don't know you're honing your craft.
Right.
You know your parents are keeping you in from sledding and having fun, stuff like that. But I realized later, wow, how cool that was, And growing up in the church, and my father was the choir director, my mom was the accompanist, so I had to sing in the church a lot of times, doing all kinds of different parts, bass, baritone, tenor, even soprano and alto when I was a little boy, doing all those different parts and having to be there for them when the choir for those gigs. It was gigs. I knew even at that point, oh, it's gigs. Like I realized what their reason was. It wasn't this super spiritual thing, even with the church thing. It's work. And whether it was the classical thing or gospel or anything else. And I think with funk, I just found a combination that I liked. Bernie is classically trained, and this combination of hip hop and rock and all these things today that it symbolizes are only a testament to the fact that it originated a lot of those sounds and progressed those sounds from 55 on. You know what I mean? You've got 57 years of history of this music, and everything from doo-wop, Motown, psychedelia, acid jazz, R&B, gospel, classical, like the stuff that Bernie threw in there, the blues, and then later hip hop and metal, ghetto metal as they call it, and all that different stuff, all those influences. I mean, you don't very rarely see a confluence of styles like that in any band. So when I was around like 11, 12, I was started saying, I want to play keyboards for Parliament Funkadelic when I grow up, So I think as soon as I set that in motion, the energy of that allowed me to maintain and continue and achieve the goal. Not because it was hard, not because it was easy, not because this, that, because that was the thing I set out to do. And I didn't even know the power of that as I was doing it. You just set yourself, I know music and I know that, and that's just how I did it. It was really interesting way, and, met George, met the guys, they liked what I did, got in the group, and it was pretty cool from there, And I credit the band and George specifically, especially the older guys in the band, Gary, Clip, Boog, Mike Hampton, Lige Curry, all of those guys, all of them, Blackbird, the Horns, Greg, Benny, Scott, all of them, for helping formalize the continuation of my training. Because it's a continuation of training. With the funk, it's like a whole, and you just keep moving with it. So I credit those guys specifically, and Bernie, George, Jerome Rogers, those guys specifically for helping maintain and continue my studies in the P-Funk, in the world of P-Funk. So.
Okay.